What is an offshore accident lawyer? An offshore accident lawyer is a type of personal injury lawyer who helps offshore injury victims get the compensation they deserve. We sue companies for accidents that occur while working on an offshore oil rig or on the water. An experienced offshore injury lawyer can provide legal advice and representation concerning medical expenses, lost wages, and pain and suffering. What does an offshore accident lawyer do? Offshore accident lawyers handle cases in admiralty law, which is also known as maritime law. Because offshore accidents involve a unique and highly complex set of laws that were exclusively created for the maritime industry, it's essential that victims of offshore accidents get help from an offshore accident lawyer who has experience handling these types of cases. Offshore accident cases are different from other types of personal injury and workers' compensation claims because they require a deep understanding of the intricacies of maritime laws. Offshore accident lawyers offer legal representation to people who have been injured offshore, using their specialized knowledge of admiralty law to help people receive the compensation they deserve for their injuries. What qualifies as an offshore accident? For an occurrence to qualify as an offshore accident, it must occur on navigable water. Usually, the term offshore accident refers to an incident that occurs on a vessel used by an oil and gas company. Offshore oil and gas extraction methods require workers to work in open water on dangerous barges, rigs, and platforms. Some common examples of offshore accidents include offshore drilling rig accidents, jack-up rig accident, offshore oil platform accidents, tugboat and barge accidents, workboat accidents, helicopter accidents, fires and explosions, mechanical failures, equipment malfunctions, on-deck accidents, such as falling and being struck by an object. What is a typical offshore accident settlement? Offshore accident settlements are usually very high because the injuries are generally very bad. But, because every offshore accident case involves a unique set of facts and legal issues, there is no typical offshore accident settlement. The types of damages that will impact the value of your settlement include the severity of the injury, if surgery was necessary, medical expenses, long-term health issues, lost wages, loss of earning capacity, pain and suffering, mental anguish, mental health care, disfigurement, vocational rehabilitation, long-term care, living expenses. If you have been hurt while working offshore, it's crucial that you speak to a qualified attorney. An offshore injury attorney will identify the laws that apply to your case and be able to maximize your claim. An offshore accident lawyer can provide a concrete estimate of the potential value of your claim. When should I contact an offshore accident lawyer? If you've been involved in an offshore accident, you should contact an offshore accident lawyer as soon as possible. Make sure you do not speak with any insurance companies or lawyers representing the oil company before you have obtained your own counsel. Most attorneys will offer a free consultation to discuss your case. Do I need an offshore accident lawyer near me? Because most attorneys are not well versed in the nuances of admiralty law, it's essential that you find an attorney with significant experience handling offshore cases. Successfully pursuing compensation for your offshore injuries requires a deep understanding of the complex and specialized area of maritime law. A typical personal injury attorney will not have the knowledge and experience necessary to take on the oil companies after an offshore accident. Have questions? We protect victims like you every day. Call 888-ATI-911. Email ralph@ati911.com. Read more. The Ultimate Guide to Offshore Accidents. What happens if you fall off an oil rig? About Attorney 911. Legal Emergency Lawyers Legal Services.